Hulk, or Bruce Banner, is a 4-star difficulty vanguard. If you've seen other people's tier lists on him, you would know that he is always at the lower end or near the bottom. Out of all the tanks, he probably has one of the lowest damage outputs, and it's just really hard to just click and play with.
Hulk and I, we're a team.
In my opinion, I think he is one of the hardest heroes to learn in the game, as he is primarily a melee character with one movement ability. Playing Hulk means you need to have 1. Game sense. You have to know when to engage and disengage so that you don't waste your life and make it a 5v6 for your team. 2. Mechanical skill. You will not be able to survive if you can't get good with his jump or successfully use his abilities. And the most important one is 3. Patience. Hulk is a very ability reliant hero. If you jump in with your abilities on cooldown or with no teammates, you'll probably just be shredded and die. In this video, I'm gonna go over how to actually use Hulk, how his abilities and ult work, how to use them in-game, and how to make him a viable character in your comp. Now, when you're using this character, 90% of the time you're gonna be in this form. Hulk has a really simple and straightforward moveset that you can somewhat get creative with. First, let's talk about stats. Hulk has a 800 health pool, which is tied with Venom in second place for the most health in the game, Groot being first with 850 health. But if you count Bruce Banner's form, Hulk actually has 1000 health altogether. His basic attack using his fists deal 40 damage per hit, but can also hit more than one person. In comparison, Doctor Strange does 18 damage per pellet in his main attack, meaning he does 90 damage per attack. First, let's talk about his right click, Gamma Burst. Gamma Burst is one of the 2 long-range attacks Hulk has. It can pierce through enemies, has a decently large hitbox, and has an 8-second cooldown. This ability is good for starting and ending engagements, doing 70 damage on hit. One trick I learned from this TikToker is that if you charge up a jump and use either of the ranged abilities, the animation of the ability gets cancelled, meaning you have more time to do a combo or use other abilities. Secondly is his E, Radioactive Lockdown. This is Hulk's main stun ability. Unlike his right click, this doesn't pierce enemies, has a smaller hitbox, and has a 15-second cooldown. This ability is mainly good for starting engagements or distracting your enemies, stunning them for 2 seconds. If you're able to hit this ability and have shield off cooldown, depending on the situation, it might be a good idea to jump on the person you hit for a free kill. The next 2 abilities are the reasons you can win or lose your fights. If you don't know how to use these 2, you won't have a good time on Hulk. Holy crap, they just destroyed me. His third ability, which is a shift, is his tank ability, Indestructible Guard. This ability is a personal shield for whoever is in Hulk's range. The range is very small, so if you want to shield your teammates, you basically have to be covering them. This ability has a 12-second cooldown and will be your main source of survivability. You mainly want to use this as you engage in your fights, to keep you alive when you're low, and to help your backline when they're being pressed. Also, I forgot to mention, the shield lasts for 2 seconds, and when you're in it, you're invulnerable, as in nothing can hurt you. Lastly is his movement ability, Incredible Leap. To use this ability, you have to hold space until the bar fills anywhere past the red. This ability is the main way you're going to travel across the map and move in fights. Knowing how to use this and when to use it is key. You rely on this to quickly close the gap between you and your enemies, or to run back for heals. It's also really good when fighting to do short jumps around your enemies to confuse them and make you a harder target to hit. Now his ultimate, Hulk Smash. This is just normal Hulk on crack. You gain 750 health, and heal any you've lost. Your basic attack and abilities do more damage and have faster cooldowns. You do lose your shield ability, but also gain a new temporary ability. When you're in this form, you can press Q again to grab an enemy and do some damage, stunning them through the whole animation, and after you let them go. This does have a very short range as well, so you want to be up and close when you use it. When you're in this form, you want to cause as much mayhem as you can and spam your abilities.
Oh my god, wait, I'm kind of cooking.
In my opinion, I think Hulk works best as a second tank. He isn't able to solo tank like Magneto or Groot. Hulk doesn't have that many defensive abilities for him and his team, so he works better as an aggressive tank.
Wait, who pushes?
This means he can shine more with another tank that can support his playstyle.
Don't even try it, buddy.
A lot of the time, your gameplay loop will look like this. Jump in, use abilities, jump out. Wait, then repeat until the enemy team shows an opening. Your main job as Hulk is to be a nuisance to their enemy's backline, constantly diving their DPS and tank, but mainly their healers. As you can see in this clip, I have their Thor, their Mantis, and their Storm focusing me most of the time. Even the other backline heroes have got their eyes on me. The more attention their team has focused on you, the less your teammates have to worry about dying. Hulk's kit is specialized to just go in and out of the battlefield. You have to be doing damage and supporting your damage dealers, making sure they stay up and able to get their kills easily. Hulk's ult charges fairly quickly. There are two ways you can use this ult. The main way is to stall out a point and give your teammates time to regroup and come back. As you can see in this clip, I popped ult to hold the point and distract the enemies. This gave time for my Wanda to come back, use her ult and get the 3k while the enemies were still targeting me. The second way is to tip a fight in your favor and heal yourself. This allows you to tank any ult the enemy has.
How do I not get him?
And take out troublesome enemies out of the fight for a long time. You want to use your Q right at the end of your timer as the animation takes priority over reverting back to normal Hulk. The last thing I want to talk about is how and when to use your E. It's a good way to catch up to someone to finish a kill, but also to take someone out of a fight. The start of a fight is really important. And if you stun a healer or a tank right off the bat, you will have a big upper hand in that fight. And that's all I have for this guide on Hulk. The game is still pretty new and it's only been out for 2 weeks at this point. We still don't know a lot about these characters yet and people will only start improving at the game from now on. That's if this game is able to survive long enough for people to actually start improving. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll post again when something cool happens, or if I think of something cool.